This is Katy.
And this is Patience.
And we're Gummy Buddies. Hello. I didn't just... Ow. It's fine. We're good.
TJ's really loud.
It's fine. We're 16.
We are.
I mean, we're technically 16 at least, but it's our Sweet 16 episode. I'm so happy for us. We should have worn tiaras for our Sweet 16. What were we thinking?
Oh, I
That would've
wanted
been
some
cute.
off of Shein.
Oh, for like just fun for Patreons and stuff? Yes.
I do want to be a princess.
I still want to do the ridiculously giant earrings thing. We haven't done that yet. But
Oh my god, what's happening?
anyway,
I don't know, this... Secrecy!
Oh, that looks cool.
Okay, this is going to be a messy podcast episode. We have a lot to talk about, and my topic's very long. I don't know. That's where we're...
It's fine. We're good. We're good. I'm excited. This is Patience this week. I have no idea what the topic is.
Oh, I'm crying.
You knew, great.
I am.
We have not clinked yet,
No.
as is our tradition.
Yeah.
We will clink.
We're gonna do, what are they?
Albanese? What?
Yes. We're gonna.
I wish Albanese had
We're
deltas.
doing our 50 Shades of Green gummy, but with those gummy bears.
Gummy bears. Yeah, we're doing so Albanese is my favorite brand of gummies in general. We got the gummy bears and the little gummy butterflies, so we got them for our post gummy.
10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Love them. They're so soft and chewy and flavorful. So much better than the Haribos. I will die on this hill. Tell me, if you think Haribos are better than Albanese, you need to stop this podcast. And if you have not tried Albanese, you need to go try Albanese. And if you've tried Albanese and you still think that Haribos are better than Albanese, you need to chop your tongue off.
Okay.
Because your sense of taste is ruined. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
The violence.
Yes. Speaking of which, we committed murder on Saturday. Well, no. But one of us was a suspect in a murder. Thanks, Patience.
You're welcome. For Valentine's Day, I bought us tickets to a mermaid.
A mermaid? Oh, wouldn't it be great if it was a mermaid mystery?
A murder mystery dinner. Mm-hmm. The script was game over, but it wasn't the kind of game over we thought it was.
It was not about video games. It ended up being about bowling, which, whatever. I really liked it. Patience liked it fairly well. It wasn't exactly what she thought it was going to be, but overall, great food.
Oh my gosh, I loved everything.
It was good.
That was the best brownie I've ever had. Like, it was
It was a bourbon caramel brownie.
so great.
Very good.
Yeah.
And, I can't wait. Okay.
We went as, you had to pick a codename. I was Sophia Petrillo, and Katy was,
Dorothy's Bornak from the Golden Girls.
And we used the last names because we're fancy. And then 2 tables over, there was 4 girls as the Golden Girls. It was, of course.
Yeah, everyone had to pick, like, a pseudonym to go under, and you had a name tag with it, like, written on your
We
shirt.
had a buck naked at our table and tied.
Yeah, why Tide? I don't know. Yeah, there were some interesting names there, and yeah, they did this, like, performance thing with different little mini scenes and stuff, and it was a group of between, like, 80 and 90 people-ish.
I liked, though, that, like, they would do their scene, and then afterwards we would have, like, our course, and then you would discuss during your course, like, what happened.
Yeah, I agree.
I just breathed really hard. Go ahead.
That's fine. I'm just, I am so excited. I've never won anything in my life, and they pick a winner at the end of the night that gets a special prize, and it's whoever gives the best answer with like the most details and connections and solves the murder the best. And I won. I won out of the whole group of like 80 or 90 people.
She was so excited. She about tipped her chair over because her dress was like stuck on it, and it like started tipping backwards. And then she goes to sit down in it, and it like plunked really hard on the floor.
Yeah, I almost fell over. It was
I could tell you wanted to give like a speech.
No, I did not. I was so embarrassed.
I love that she walked over to you. She was like, and she's like, Dorothy Zbornak.
She made, well, because they asked me to stand up. And then I was like, okay.
I did make Katy a prime suspect. I like just paid extra for it. It was kind of stupid. They just take her picture and literally like throw it on the outline of the body on the ground. It wasn't that cool.
Yeah, it was, but they pointed the finger at me, and then like 3 or 4 other people that paid to be, that had paid for somebody else. But Patience didn't tell me she did that. And he goes, do you know the victim at all? And I was like, no. And he's like, would it be weird if I said your picture was on the body? And then he flashed the picture of me that Patience bought and planted on.
I love that it was upside down when he first showed you, too. I was like, oh my gosh. Perfect execution.
I had such a crush on that guy, though. He was cute.
Oh my god. I did not think he was attractive.
He had, like, the detective suspenders on, and he had just the tiniest little daddy paunch. And then he had, like, the nerd glasses, and he just was, it was working for me. I don't know. That's a good thing Tyler doesn't listen to this podcast. He'd be totally jealous.
So we did that. Katy won a free ticket to go back for another time.
I can't believe I won still. It boggles my mind when I think about it. I'm like, But Patience almost would have won. She wrote something really similar to what I did, but that was one thing we didn't like. We only had like 10 minutes at the very end. It was a 3-hour event, and they gave us so much information to comb through and different pieces of evidence that you would like pull up on a website on your phone and stuff. And it was really cool, but it was a lot of like time crunch, just a lot of pressure at the very end to throw something on paper. So,
and like to be very detailed, it was just 10 minutes is not enough time, and you get those crappy little pencils. Like it just was not.
And it was really hot in there for me anyway. I was dying.
And she was wearing a dress. Like, I don't know.
I was beet red the whole night. And then
I think because you were so focused on winning.
I really wanted to
The
solve
one
it.
people who were sitting next to us, had to have been a couple. Like, Katy was explaining her theory or whatever, and they were just like, yeah. Because they thought it was someone at our table who really was the
Yeah, they would have sworn
killer.
It was this one dude that the like acting troupe kept picking on. They were like, I think it's this guy at our table. And I was like, no, his reactions are too genuine. I think he's just a normal guy. Because they plant them, we didn't explain this. They plant like actors in the seating area too, so you don't know who around you is the killer. So anyhow, it was great. Something I would definitely do again with like a different plot. But yeah. Patience has some great news. She did some hard work and fixed a thing.
We're on Apple Podcasts now.
Yes. So if you're listening to us on a different venue and you want to scoot on over to Apple,
that's the thing. Yeah. So we're on 3.
3?
Spotify, Apple.
Oh no,
and
we're
YouTube.
on more than that.
Oh.
Yeah, we're on lots of things. Oh. We're on Audible. That's where I listen to, like, on the rare occasion where I'll pull us up, not on my computer editing. That's where I go. Speaking of which, I have a personal favor to ask you guys. If anyone is out there and they actually listen to our podcast, it would help us so much, you guys, if you would just rate and review. We are so new that we don't have any traction, and that would really help us. So if you could do that, I would appreciate it. And if you don't want to do that, I totally get it. But if you happen to think of it and have time, please do so and follow us on our social medias. We're on everything. We have a new Patreon out. It's only $3 a month. Big shout out to Will for the $5 a month membership. That was totally generous, and definitely we do not deserve that. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. We just like that you spend any time with us in our stupidity.
We are going to be posting our newest video. It's taking me a while to edit, of us painting. It's very
She's
long.
giving me a look like
it's very
really
long.
Some of these videos are very cringy and torturous, so I'm just going to warn you right now. Our Patreon is wild.
I try to cut out the boring talk and then just take the funny. But, like, sometimes we'll be, like, funny and then boring and then funny and then we'll be funny, 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 boring. And it's, like, really hard for me to, like, distinguish what to keep in and out. Because I don't want to, like, ruin some of our stuff. But it was a good one, so that's going to be up soon. Yeah.
I'm ready for your topic. I'm so happy. You guys, there's just something about it not being your topic week that's so relaxing. Like, I don't know. Patience, I'm so proud of her.
I went really out with this topic. I have 8 pages to go through. We're going to clink early. We're going to talk about previously on Gummy Buddies, but so our gummies, they come in 160 length gummy.
60 length?
60 milligram length of a gummy.
Oh, I thought it was 30 milligram.
No, it's 60.
So we were wrong. It is. We said in the store it was 10 when we were trying to find the other brand.
60, right? Oh, a 2 count. They are 30s. I'm a liar.
Okay. So
I didn't cut them good enough. So mine's slightly larger.
This is why we don't let Patience cut it.
So we're going to see if we might have to do some booster doses.
Maybe not. We'll see.
We're just
This might be
where
an
the
extra
road takes us.
extra long road trip, so buckle on in.
I'm very nervous. I can't lie to you.
You're
We're doing berry. Burr.
Clink.
Burr.
All right.
Why did you just get nervous all of a sudden? You're making me nervous.
I don't want it to make me nauseous.
You know how there's like secondhand embarrassment? I get secondhand nervousness. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Strabismus.
I think so. You always accuse me of saying it. You just said it.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I told my coworker about our podcast and like that we do these.
Oh my gosh.
Because she ended up leaving today. And I was
permanently?
She was a float that was covering for someone. Oh. And I was like, it's the only way I remember what strabismus is because of our podcast. Because she asked what I was typing, and I was like, well, we each do a topic, and I was like, it's kind of funny because when we're high, I remember everything we talk about, like the important things. Strabismus. Like, come on. I have 4 patients that have it, and so now I use it all the time.
I wonder if they do like physical therapy on the eyes, like squishing the eyeballs from this. Okay. All right. We already clinked. We're gonna munch.
Chew.
So if you don't like the sound of chewing, you might want to mute us for like 10 seconds. And of course, tipper. Alrighty. So we just paused because we were chewing really loudly and obnoxiously and making noises.
We had to get some more Albanese.
Albanese
Gummies. We're eating the butterfly ones now.
You know, when you lived in Indiana,
we had the big factory right there.
No, every time I'm by there, I'm like, Albanese, I want to go, and then I never do. Oh, before I forget, medicine. I just started a new medicine. Not for weight loss, I'm trying. We'll see how well it works. However, part of it, a side effect, is that it delays gastric emptying. So I'm nervous that the gummy will take a longer time to kick in. So I'm my own guinea pig. We'll find out. So heads up, if you don't see me get high this episode, it is because of my medicine. Fun fact. But we're still going to have fun anyway. Because I'm a fun girl. I don't need drugs to have fun. I like them. I mean, I do.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and they're going to see your new hair color in the video.
I did dye my hair. Yes. I keep getting so many compliments about it.
Really?
It makes me so happy. I cannot tell you. It's almost like I can't even get over 100. Like,
really?
I've had so many people who keep complimenting my hair, and I'm like, that makes me feel so nice that I actually freshen up for once and people notice. Like, that makes me feel good. So,
yeah. You pull off the red really well.
Thank you. This is like the 3rd wash. It's definitely dyed off of the like plumish color that I liked, but it's fine.
I think if you do a red again, you just definitely have to go like super ruby, like really rich ruby red.
The thing I hate the most is that my scalp is white. So with the red, it makes my head look extra white.
I really love, so you know on Pinterest, there's the girls that have black hair, but then there's like a super vibrant, like a single strand of red, and it looks like there's like red flames mixed in. Love that so much. Or like the blue. Love that. I would totally be willing to bleach like a chunk of your hair super, super light just to separate it from the rest. Like when you go back to black, I think it looks super cute. That's my story. Sorry, guys. Whew.
We're on a hair rant.
Yeah, sorry about the hair rant.
My God.
On to other serious things. Let me just prepare myself. Previously on Gummy Buddies.
Good job.
Thank you.
I remember last episode we did talk about how I wonder if people think that's pre-recorded, but it's not. We do it all just right here.
It's all natural, baby.
We do it in the moment.
We do it in the buff.
There's already
We're recording nude right now.
There's too much editing that goes on in the background. It's too much work to just put in noises or sound clips. We're just doing it on our cue.
Yep.
Okay, so our first one was we talked about electric shock therapy. And we talked about, I was talking about people that I saw in the...
Yeah, and what exactly it does.
So it's just it's a medical procedure that uses brief electric currents to induce a seizure in the brain to reverse symptoms of mental health issues. So
essentially what we were saying is like just an unexpected reboot. Like,
yeah. And apparently you're under sedation when you do it, which I didn't know that.
Well, I'm sure it's much more humane than it used to be.
Yeah.
I wonder if you pee yourself. I would think that they would make sure you go pee first real quick or something. That seems like a lot to catheterize somebody.
You can't have
just real
breakfast
quick.
or anything when you do it. I'm pretty sure. Because when we would eat breakfast, they couldn't.
Got it. Huh. Okay, so the next
That was
topic.
the first one.
Religions in China. We are ignorant, just idiots. And
This is why you don't listen to a thing we say and don't repeat it.
We are not professionals by any stretch of the word. So, Buddhism is one of the predominant religions. Taoism, they also recognize Protestantism and Catholicism as other religions, but yes, mostly it's Buddhism and Taoism, and then followed by different forms of Christianity. So, yes, there are Christians over in China. Don't ask me what year that started. It was in the 90s that patients looked it up, and it was recognized, and they had a church you could,
You just weren't allowed to practice outside of churches. They would get fines, or the police would harass them if they were caught outside doing things like that back then.
You're so quiet.
Oh. Yes. So, China
China
I
can hear you in China. China did it. Okay, the other thing we were going to talk about briefly, we wanted to research carnivals around the world, and it was more in relation to fairs, because we were talking about carnival workers, R.I.P. Tim McLean, and that tangent was quickly followed by research into other countries and what kind of fairs and carnivals they have, which got into Carnival and different forms of that. So we decided it would be a really fun mini-series. Don't know if that's going to be a Patreon-only thing. Don't know if that's going to be something we do here. Stay tuned. When we do announce it, we will let you know if that does end up being a Patreon exclusive. But we thought it'd be fun.
Ignore TJ sneezing.
Kill TJ because he's sneezing. Yeah, we thought that would make a good series. There was just too much.
There's just so many different types of carnivals depending on where you go in the world. So, sorry, I'm moving a lot in my chair and I'm going, I feel it in my body. So we're each gonna pick a topic for a place, something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be. We should look up when, what times of the year they're most popular, and then make our own little mini carnival. Carnival.
I think about
It'll give us an excuse to buy ball gowns and do a Patreon video with masks I want to. A masquerade.
Horrible.
All right, so lastly for this, before Patience starts our topic, the one other mention was sea otters and their special rocks.
Sea otters do have special rocks. They use them to break open food and shells and sea urchins, and
yes,
they're so cute. If you watch the videos, them holding they snuggle them, and it's so cute. It's one of my favorite, because Levi was into otters for a while, and so that was something that I was like, I know this is real. I know it is.
Yeah, I didn't know about that at all, and then I didn't know you could eat sea urchins. But apparently they crack the sea urchins open and eat their gonads.
What if that's something we do for our Patreon video? We eat sea urchins.
Ew! I can't eat seafood anyway.
That actually would be really nasty.
Yeah, I can't.
Not a seafood person.
Porcelain?
Poisson.
porcelain
throne. We're on 2 different level like wavelengths there. Like you went one way.
Yep.
Mamma mia.
I'm excited to hear what this topic is. Wait, can I guess?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
I don't think you will.
Okay. Mind you guys, this could be anything in the entire world that Patience deems interesting. That's the only caveat we give ourselves. If you thought there was a theme to our podcast, you thought wrong, okay? This could be anything, anywhere. It could be you. You could be our next subject.
Okay. I do declare we have different tastes, for sure, in things that we like.
Mm-hmm. Patience tends to like more sciencey, educational things, and possibly historical. We both like historic things, but I tend to like true crime, gore.
She likes murder.
I love crime, love murder, love it. Not a big mobster person, but yeah, I love violence. I love it so much.
Oh my god. Okay, guess. Try to take a wild guess.
Your topic. I need to go. Okay, is it something that happened? Is it a general topic?
It is something that happened. Like it is in history.
A specific event.
A specific
the
event.
dancing plague.
No, but you know what's actually funny? I have it on my list as a topic to review as.
I also have that on my list as it's something that I first learned about off of Mysteries at the Museum.
Oh.
Big shout out. Shout out. Pew pew. They're dead. I love Mysteries at the Museum so much. I didn't just kill you. I love you.
No, not that. That is one of my topics, though. That's kind of funny. Whoever does it first. It's a showdown.
Okay.
Mine's pretty old. It's old. Back in the olden days.
Is it United States?
No. No.
But it is an event. Is it
an event.
A war?
No.
Is it... I feel like I'm on Jeopardy. What is... Okay, I give up. Just tell me.
Okay.
You keep doing that.
I'm just so nervous. Because it's a lot. So I did this over my lunch... Not even my lunch break. I basically did this for lunch till the end of the day to, like, finish. Because I'm a slacker. So... Okay.
As your coworker listens to you, I worked on this all day.
Fresh air, rats, and the open ocean. What could possibly go wrong? Do you think you could travel on a ship before you would get sick of it? Like, do you think you could travel, like, on a ship for a very long time?
The bubonic plague.
No. That will never be one of my topics because I can't say it.
I'm ready to talk about the pus. No? Okay. Do I think I could travel...
Like, a long period of time, like months at a time on a ship. The old ships. We're talking about, like, when ships were kind of first invented.
I would think that'd be, like, BC.
Okay, not that. The 1800s is where we are.
All right. I don't think I would last very long. I would not want to. Unless I was moving permanently, I wouldn't be like, oh, let's take a jaunt over, hop over... No.
I just feel like I'd be so sick. Because back then they didn't have medicine, and I feel like I'd just get sick and I'd be like, just kill me now.
Yeah, I'd have to eat the bread with the weevils in it.
Ew.
This makes me think of, I really geeked out in history over the whole, not Shackleton. Who's the guy that, oh, that was flummy. Who was the guy that journeyed and discovered, his boat got stuck in the ice and they got frozen, but it wasn't Ernest Shackleton. It's with not the Bering Strait, the land strip on, like, north of the continent, and there was scurvy, and the men got scurvy. And
That's my topic.
Really?
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have heard of it.
Yeah, I did a whole project on it in school, but I don't remember. I remember them getting scurvy and lead poisoning from the cans, and a lot of them died from lead poisoning.
I can't believe you know it. Dang it.
I told my teacher I wanted to journey, and then there were people that got sad. No, but I can't remember the name of it.
My poor 8-page essay.
Isn't the ship still there, too, to
They're
this day?
sunken. Both of them are sunken.
I'm excited.
I'm sad. I'm actually really sad.
I know, I'm
you
excited.
know
I genuinely don't remember any of the details. Please, continue.
I'm so sad.
But it wasn't Shackleton. That was a whole different journey. That was
a
actually
whole different thing.
Antarctica. Oh, I'm excited.
I'm not.
Girl, literally the only thing I remember is lead poisoning because my teacher made it. I just remember you're good.
I feel bad. This is why we do surprise topics, but I guess they don't turn out as surprise.
Well, think about how many times this is going to happen. If we don't, tell each other, it's bound to happen. But there's, I'm excited to discuss
I'm
it.
sad.
Girl, you're going to tell me so much that I didn't already know. You have 8 pages worth. I literally know 2 details. Continue.
Okay. I gotta read it because I wrote it word for word how I want to read it. Okay. Who doesn't love exploration? We sure do. We are more of Minecraft explorers, but nonetheless, the sense of adventure brings everyone a type of joy.
I love Minecraft.
Speaking of which, the Minecraft movie comes out technically today.
And I'm so
Tomorrow.
excited to go see it.
No, today.
But I think it's out already, technically.
I don't know if I'm excited to watch it or not.
I'm excited because it looked like they were geeking out over, the little details. I like that they had the little zombie on the
chicken jockey?
Spider jockey.
Chicken
jockey. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to plug the Minecraft. For Captain Sir John Franklin, he must have loved adventure and the unknown. He had previously been on 2 successful expeditions, which back then took years to complete. Captain Sir John Franklin...
Captain Sir? You can be Captain Sir?
That's literally the names that I kept finding. So,
Ooh.
because he was married to Lady Franklin.
So he's Mr. Captain Sir?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. Because I don't know, was it back then that was Lady and Sir or Lord and Sir?
Lord.
Was Lord in Britain?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well. The names kept finding was Captain Sir John
Bridgerton,
Franklin.
hello.
Oh, that's true. I'm thinking of Outlander for some reason. It just keeps getting stuck in my head. He was a part of the British Royal Navy, and he was a part of the Napoleonic Wars and the War of 1812.
Can I be honest with you? I don't know anything about Napoleon other than he was short. Zip, zilch. Good guy,
Apparently
bad guy. I knew he was a conqueror, love war.
Come to find out, I believe he's not even short, like people think short
really?
is. I think he's just
Tyler
5'4".
short.
5'4" is the short.
Oh.
His first expedition was to the Canadian Arctic and through the islands of the Arctic Galapagos. To his demise, his third and final expedition would be to the Northwest Passage in 1845.
That's what it was called, the Northwest Passage.
The Northwest Passage is the sea land between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through the Arctic Ocean. I'm going to show Katy a picture of it, even though I know she's seen it. So they started out here, and they had to make their way through here to go this way.
Yeah.
So... that is my topic.
Because they were winding in and out. I remembered it being north of our continent, but horrible with geography.
I can't believe you know it. I still can't get over it.
No, I remember I really liked it.
This is crazy. So the goal of the Northwest Passage was to record magnetic information as a possible aid to navigation. This expedition is one of the worst disasters in the history of polar exploration. There's a lot of expedition and exploration I'm going to be saying, and I can tell I'm going to get tongue-tied constantly.
Well, you said that pretty well, so you're right. What year was it again that he...
1845.
1845, okay.
There's going to be a lot of dates that I'm going to throw at you.
I'm okay with it. I won't remember them, but I'm okay with it.
I'm hoping that I wrote this in order. I kept reading so many different articles that I was like, okay, this has to fit there, this there. Mm-hmm. It was hard to keep together. So the expedition consisted of 128 crew members and 2 ships called Erebus and Terror.
See, I didn't know it was 2 ships.
Captain Franklin... Terror. Yep.
Like Terror? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yep. Okay.
And then I think it's Erebus.
What were they named after?
I don't know. A lot of the great, the Royal Navy ships were, weird names. So it has HMS... So it goes HMS Erebus, HMS Terror. Her Majesty's ship. Sea something. Thingies. It has to be something.
Majesty's Sea thingies.
Because the other ships are HMS Assistance, HMS something. I don't know. They had weird basic.
Blockhead?
Maybe we can research what the HMS means. My mouth is already getting dry. Captain Franklin was only 59 years old when he started this adventure, along with officers Francis Crozier and James Fitzjames. Say that 10 times fast.
That 10 times fast.
They also had years of exploration, like to their resume, as you could say. These two ships were prepared for the Arctic voyage, and they had been reinforced with extra layers of wood and iron to protect against the ice. So they had steel in them.
This was before Titanic. This was before Titanic.
Look
at them and their smart thinking.
I know nothing about Titanic, so.
Yeah, she hasn't seen the movie, by the way.
Yeah, don't know too much.
I'm gonna make her watch the movie. I'm gonna take her to the museum in yonder, down on the Chattahoochee.
Way down on the Chattahoochee.
What is it? Oh, not Ozark. Yeah, well, kind of by Ozarks. A few hours away.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Interesting.
Okay, continue, please.
So I had to think about where I was. I'm already feeling like I'm getting a little bit high.
Just a
little
little
bit. Like, I can tell I'm at a 1.
Yeah. I was actually just going to do a level check, but I didn't want to interrupt you again.
I'm kind of like, things are distracting me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, here, there,
You know what,
everywhere.
though? It's good that you have it, like, written out nice and easy.
Oh, I prepared. So they had been outfitted with steam engines to supply their sails, and each ship had a steam heating system and equipped to produce fresh water. That's pretty neat, because I feel like when I think about a ship, I don't feel like back then they would have a heating system.
I wonder how they produce fresh water. Like, do they just take ice off of the
I actually,
land around them?
previously on Gummy Buddies, I want to talk about that next time, because there's something else that we talk about later that I'm like, how does that happen? Okay?
Okay.
In addition to these accommodations, they also carried cattle, pigs, and hens. It had 3 years of canned soup and vegetables, and, oh my gosh, I didn't write it down, but they had, like, other things. There was, like...
Biscuits.
They had a bunch of, like, flour products on there as well. I know that. I couldn't remember the details. Shame on me.
Have you ever seen the TikTok video with the preppers who make, like, the really, really hard bread that's super compact out of a lot of flour and just, like, a bunch of flour and salt? And it's, like, a prepper recipe, and it's, like, this rock-hard bread, but you're supposed to, like... It's almost like concentrated bread, and you put it in water, and it... No.
That sounds gross.
It doesn't look great.
It sounds like it'd be soggy bread.
If we were preppers, totally interrupting your subject already. If we were preppers, what's the first thing you'd want in our prepping bunker? Go.
What's a prepper?
Oh my god.
Like a baker?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not the smartest cookie in the
Oh
shed.
my gosh. We have literally been
prepper?
watching like the zombie apocalypse stuff lately. It's a doomsday prepper. You're a prepper. End of the world.
Oh, the first thing I put in what? There was
in our survival bunker. Go. First thing that goes on your mind, survival bunker.
Seeds.
Ooh.
I would do seeds.
Genius.
At least it's some sort of food source.
Mine was something that doesn't make any sense because I just hit a 1. Bowling shoes. I don't know why. I don't know.
God.
I don't even bowl.
You don't. I think it was the murder mystery thing.
It was the murder mystery thing for sure. That was the first thing.
Bowling
When I would
shoes.
actually pick for survival, I would probably do seats or a medical book.
Those bowling shoes are so uncomfortable too.
I think, yeah, I guess, I don't know. Might have been okay. Just depends.
You're so funny.
Okay. Sorry.
They departed from Britain on May 19th, 1845. Hannah's birthday. Years ago. Look at me remembering Hannah's birthday.
Go you.
They made the 1,600-mile journey to Greenland to fill up on supplies. The 2 whaling ships were spotted in Baffin Bay, Canada, before they crossed the Lancaster Sound. After
Lancaster Sound, you say?
I don't know. After this, they were never seen again. Never. Ever. Never
Until
ever.
we found their corpses, maybe?
Until we find their corpses.
Yeah.
Which we do.
Show me the corpses!
This is what it looks like.
I thought you were going to be like, this is what they look like now.
This is the trek they made. And we'll kind of go over this map later. So basically, they...
this is all zoomed in. Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. And then,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
So,
Beachy.
they were thought to unfreeze during the summer of 1847, but were forced to stay a second winter off of King William Island.
Man.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to wait for ice to, like thaw out. Like, come on. I obviously have never been to the Arctic Circle, but I feel like ice doesn't unfreeze there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, depending on the data you went with, like, what if they didn't even know how long it was going to last? Like, it might last forever, it might not.
It was so sad. That's, like, just something crazy. One of the articles I read, they went that first... I don't have it anymore. Yes, I do. Haha. Go me! So,
Go you.
in this first one, they made a trek here, and they got stuck somewhere up in this part. So they had
like,
to
beep,
turn around,
beep,
and they
beep.
went
Wow.
another way, and they got stuck on the second passage.
And they're like, well, you should have taken the right one. I told you.
It's so sad.
That's very sad.
Um,
That's very sad.
The unfortunate unseen circumstances was the doom to this expedition. In June 1847, Captain Sir John Franklin had perished. On April 2nd,
How long into it? I'm sorry.
2 years.
2 years into the expedition.
2 years in. On April 22nd, 1848, they abandoned their ships, and with Crozier and Fitzjames as leaders, now they would set up camp to find the mainland. The remaining men perished on the island, and they were trying to go back to the outpost at the back river. They dragged along lifeboats on sleds with provisions and equipment, and during this trek back, they encountered local Inuit.
Tribes.
Yes. That's so sad. I couldn't imagine those conditions back then.
Yeah, when I think of... I can't handle it when my house gets below 65 degrees, okay? I couldn't. It does.
I don't like the cold.
So did they have, like, violent interactions with them, or no? They just met them, traded with them?
As far as I can tell, some of the stories about them, like, they just saw them. Like, they just want to interact with them.
If I ever thought I were dying and freezing to death, I would run to them and be like, teach me what you're doing. Like, I am dying.
It's just... As we go on, there's, like, questions about it that, like...
Okay.
You'll see some of my questions.
Diet love pass all over again. The frozen tundra with the dead bodies.
Pretty much. Since there had been no sightings or reports of the expedition since 1845, by March 1848, the British Admiralty, I think that's how you pronounce it, Admiral,
Sure.
the big place.
No, you have to go, British Admiralty.
Okay.
I don't know.
You get the English version. Haha, get it? English? Okay. So they were worried about Franklin and his expedition since it was only expected to be a 3-year journey. The British Navy set out a crew to find them, but unfortunately they sailed out there and got stuck in the ice as well. They were able to get free, but did not find any evidence of the Franklin expedition. This mystery caused a public outcry as people saw the government wasn't doing enough. In 1850, okay, this is 5 years later,
Okay.
the British government offered a €20,000 reward for anyone leading to their relief.
I need to know how much money that is today.
$814,541.03.
For that amount of money, I would start walking there on foot right now. Are they still
Can you walk on
offering the
water?
reward if I bring back a piece of this ship?
That's funny. So anyone who brought assistance to the crew of the Franklin expedition, 10,000 euros was for information leading to the relief, and to anyone who might assert the fate of the expedition. So, like, anyone who would know anything. They would get money.
Yeah. Got it.
In the autumn of 1850, the British Navy set out 8 ships to comb the Arctic for any sign of Erebus and terror. On January 20th, 1854, a notice in the London Gazette stated that unless news to the contrary arrived before March 31st, the officers and crews of Erebus and Terror would be considered to have died and their wages be paid to the relatives. So sad.
How long after were they?
4 years.
They made them wait 4 years before helping them out at all.
So sad.
Wow.
Very sad.
Did it say how long the journey was supposed to be Did it say how long the journey was supposed to be to, like, how long was it planned for?
3 years. This was supposed to take only 3 years.
So no wonder it took 4 years, because 4 years after.
Because they were like, oh, they should have been back by now. Why aren't they back? And then.
So essentially it took them a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so sad.
That's not that bad then.
This story is so sad. So this is where we kind of jump around a little bit. So you gotta kind of like roll with the punches. So
are we jumping around, or are we rolling with the punches?
Rolling
Gotta
with the
pick
punches.
one. Okay.
So we're gonna go back. So we just talked about in 1854 they released money to the relatives. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're gonna go back to August 23rd, 1850. During one of the expeditions, they discovered evidence of Franklin's first winter camp at Cape Riley. Riley or Raleigh? I don't know which it's pronounced. After this discovery, a ton of ships converged on the area, and soon after that they found the remains of a hut and a number of artifacts on Devon Island. 5 days later, they received the startling news of 3 graves on the island. The 3 crew members. We will talk about them in a second.
Graves like they were like purposefully laid to rest after they. Oh.
Yes.
They couldn't even put them out on the water like good pirates do because the ice was frozen. They're like, float away, and then the body just sits there in front of them awkwardly not moving.
They're the first 3 crew members that died on the journey. And they went, so I believe as I read on, they died, and since they were the first 3 and the ice was stuck, they realized they can't have their bodies on board anymore. We gotta bury them. Get them off. Okay? Mm-hmm. So the first one we're gonna talk about, I have all 3 guys. I have some little information about them and their pictures. So I'm really excited.
Oh.
So our first...
Were any of them sexy?
I mean, you can be the judge of that when you see the other images that I'm going to show you. So the first one, these are not in order of who died first. Okay. I will tell you who died first. You'll kind of be able to tell.
Are you going to show me the captain last? The best for last?
I can show you what he looks like, but he was actually not... He wasn't a part of these grave sites.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that makes sense because he died first. Right? Didn't he die?
These crew members died before him.
Oh, okay.
4th.
Sorry.
It's okay. The first person is William, I think it's Brine. Brine sounds better. We're going with Brine. Braine.
Are you sure it's not Brine?
Okay. He was a part of the Erebus ship. Uh-huh. And he died on April 3rd, 1846. William Brine, whatever. Sorry, he's dead. It's fine. It's okay. Joined the Royal Marines in December of 1833 at the age of 19. He was described as being 5'10" with a slim stature and gray eyes. He was either mistaken as or lied to... Oh my goodness, that was not good English. Or he lied of giving his age of 20 on the recruitment papers. So he basically told them that he was 20, he wasn't 20.
How risque.
Ooh, that was a gross laugh. Rather than signing his name, he signed with an X, suggesting that he may have been illiterate.
Idiot.
Literally. He did marry, but he has no record of, having children. At the time of his death, he was okay.
He was okay?
No, I needed a little bit of water. I felt like I was choking on nothing.
Oh, I hate that. That means you've gone up a little bit.
No, I can't. I'm not even that far in.
They went up.
Okay. R.I.P. At the time of his death, he was severely emaciated.
Try again.
Emaciated.
No. What is orangutan? He wasn't an orangutan at the time of his death.
He was emancipated.
Not emancipated. I can't do this anymore. Emaciated.
That. Which means abnormally thin. So, instead of saying that word 50,000 more times, I'm going to go with... we're going to start saying...
clip that. Oh.
He was abnormally thin. Thank you.
Thank
It
you.
is stated.
She just pinched her fingers and sassed me. Thank you. I'd like to speak to your manager.
It is stated that he had an advanced case of tuberculosis, which resulted in angular kyphosis. Kypophis.
Apophis?
Kypophis. Which is a sharp twist of his spine. So basically, like, your spine, like one, it goes one way and the other goes the other. And it causes, like, this thing in between them.
Scoliosis?
No, that's different. He was buried in 3 shirts, as well as a shroud and a red patterned handkerchief that was placed over his face, with no pants.
No pants. These are sexy old dead men.
Fun fact.
Sorry.
Fun fact, Katy tests positive for TB.
Yes,
She
I
does.
did. The same year I got strep throat, accidentally gored myself in the stomach with an antelope horn, and got head lice. That is a fun fact about
She's
me.
been
I
through
tested
the
positive
ringer.
for TB. It was a rough 4th grade.
Previously on Gummy Buddies, Katy talks about her antler story.
Oh my gosh, I haven't talked about that.
you haven't.
Oh, what was that noise? Oh my gosh.
I'm going to show you what William looks like. I think he's a very handsome older guy.
Oh, he's very dapper indeed.
I think it's cute. These are
looks-
such cute portraits.
This man looks very mysterious.
He has his eyebrow raised. I didn't notice that till now.
Sexy dead man.
So that's our first guy. Next is John Hartnell. Hartnell? I think it's like that. He was also on Erebus. He died on January 4th, 1846, so before William. So a little bit about his background. In September of 1841, he had a lot of background compared to the other 2 that I'm going to talk about. So I kind of just trimmed it because I just could not.
Okay.
In September of 1841, he enlisted as an ordinary seaman in the Royal Navy. He went on multiple voyages, such as escorting the King of Prussia to England, transported over 800,000 euros to the Port Royals, Jamaica, and did extensive patrolling off the Irish coast. I believe this was...
We're back in Ireland.
I believe this was the time where that's when that was going on. I want to do more research about when they had their, war thing.
Ooh, don't do that. I was shaking my head back and forth. Big no-no.
By February 1st, 1845, due to his years of service, he was promoted to able-bodied seaman. In the spring of 1845, John and his brother, Thomas, signed up for the Franklin expedition. He was considered healthy at the last sighting of the Erebus and Terror in the summer of 1845. However, by mid-November, his health rapidly declined. He suffered from a zinc deficiency, and so the symptoms include... There's a lot. Poor wound healing, loss of appetite, fatigue, weight loss, night blindness, and increased risk of infection. Those are the symptoms. So, those are some of the symptoms. At an earlier date, he had injured his ankle, which caused an infection in his foot. He had a shoulder injury and a compressed cervical vertebrae in his neck.
Get good, John Hartwell. Get good.
Oh, jeez.
Do you think we would have lived?
No.
I don't think so either.
His overall death may have been combined of tuberculosis and pneumonia. He died at the age of 25. In the description book, so this description book was on the boat Volage, HMS Volage. He gives his height as 5 feet 11 inches, which is remarkably tall for the time, and a full 3 inches taller than Thomas, his younger brother. It also says he has a sallow complexion.
Sallow. Like a yellowish...
That.
Yes.
Her fancy words.
Scurvy. Jaundiced. Actually, it's yellow.
Hazel eyes and black hair, the last of which was confirmed by that. I didn't want to read the next part. Oh, my elbow. So our next dude...
Our next official dude.
John Torrington of Terror. He died. He was on the Terror boat. He was the last one to die. January 1st, 1846.
Come to die.
Liar. I'm a liar.
I was like, what?
God, I'm going.
Liar.
In all the articles I read, he was the first casualty on the boat. There. Gosh. He was born May 1825 in Manchester, England. At the age of 19, he joined the Franklin expedition and was assigned as a leading stoker on the Terror.
Stroker on the Terror.
On August 17th, 1984. 1880. Wait, what? Oh,
1894.
hold on. I read too far. My eyes. Like, literally, like, is this business if one goes down and one goes up?
Yeah.
Not like side to side?
It's anytime your eyes are pointing different directions.
I swear my eyes just did that because I jumped to another line.
I missed it.
That's so funny.
Stroker. Back.
Okay.
I hardly know her.
Okay, so we're going to like jump ahead in time again.
Mm-hmm.
In 1854, John Ray, there's so many freaking Johns.
Dong Wang.
Was going to go on his 4th expedition to complete the survey of North America. Mainland coast. On March 31st, 1854, he set off westward. And according to Ray, on April 21st, he met a very communicative and intelligent Inuk.
Uh-huh.
And heard...
Not a different tribe?
I think...
Not Inuit?
I think a single Inuit is called an Inuk.
Oh. I feel like I said that really loud.
So... Sorry, I gotta go back to my spot here. So the Inuk talked about a party of white men who several years earlier had perished from starvation near the mouth of the Back River, where they were going. Okay?
So he could have gotten that reward because he probably knew where their bodies were.
From this, Ray was able to identify, like, the location they were talking about because they had, when they found at that campsite, they found a order that said, like, hey, we're going to go back to this place. Come, like, if you find this, you need to give it to the British Army so they can come find us. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The Inuit, say it again. That is what I'm trying to say every time, okay? Following. Reports were reinforced by articles he acquired from them, which he identified as having belonged to members of the Lost Expedition, including inscribed silverware in Franklin's Royal Hanoverian Order. The Inuit also reported that they knew information about cannibalism among the seamen. Ray eventually received 8,000 euros for the information. Full circle back
to cannibalism.
Yeah.
Dang.
Cannibalism. I mean, what could they do back then? They're stranded. You know what I mean? So a lot of them did get scurvy, is what I did read. A lot of them did get scurvy. Talk about scurvy. A lot of them died tuberculosis, pneumonia, like they dead. Dead.
So the scurvy thing. I was going to make a good point about it, I promise, but my brain's, level check. Boop, boop.
3.
Oh, solid, at least a 5. I just jumped straight on up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll be there eventually.
One day.
So we're going to go, so that was basically the history, okay? I'm going to jump more to, like, our time. We're going to talk about their exhumations. They get exhumed.
Exhumations.
Thank you. We're going to see them. I have pictures of them. They're frozen dead bodies.
I love bodies.
I'm so excited to show you.
I'm excited to see these goopy bodies? No, hard black bodies.
It's going to be great.
Well, dry hard.
So I'm going to talk about each person.
Dang it, Katie. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to talk about each person and what they looked like when they got brought out, okay?
Okay.
So, one of them didn't have a big talk about it, but I'm going to talk about the one that we have. So, their bodies were actually dug up 4 times. That's a lot. So, when the first crew saw the gravestones, they ended up taking their bodies out first. So, this was back in like Sorry, I gotta go back to my notes. I can't remember the section, but the original crew ended up taking them out, looking at them, doing their dissections. And then later in 1980, we go back and we exhume them. Them 3 other times. So, we're going to talk about each one.
We can't just leave them alone.
The one that is the most talked about, the best body that they found there, was John Torrington. He had the best body out of all of them buried.
The sexiest, you say?
I never got to show you the other 2. So this is John Hartnell.
Oh.
This is
Hang
John
on.
Hartnell. Okay.
His eyes look kind of the same as the other guys.
This is John Toring.
He's your guy. John Toring is your TJ.
So, okay. That's
Sorry.
what they look
I don't
like.
know why I was like
I'm going to show you their dead pictures here in a minute.
Ooh.
So, since Toring had the best body, it was incredible and apparently not much different from the day he was buried.
Ooh.
To thaw the bodies, they had to pour water on the ice to slowly melt away. That way they didn't cause damage to the body.
Ooh, smart.
At the time, Torrington had been very sick, like at the time of his death. He was so thin that his ribs were visible and only weighed 85 pounds at the height of 5'4".
He was mercy.
They used tissue samples, this was in 1980s.
Tissue samples, you say.
To identify the cause of death for John. The samples revealed that his body must have been stored on the ship while the grave was being dug. So he must have died like a while beforehand. His brain was almost completely gone, leaving only a yellow granular liquid.
Ew.
The lungs showed scarring from earlier bouts with tuberculosis and more recent signs of pneumonia. After toxicology analysis showed the heightened levels of lead in his hair and fingernails, they came to determination that John perished from pneumonia after suffering from severe lead poisoning. So, in a lot of the articles I read, the mystery is how did everybody have so much lead poisoning in them? It could be from the tins that the food was stored in, but according to research, the tins don't produce that much lead poisoning.
What?
Like, their lead poisoning was so
not
high.
Even back then?
So
it's just a conspiracy.
There's no explanation why they had so much lead poisoning.
I mean, what if lead just occurs naturally there in their water system?
I was wondering,
in the ice.
The freshwater thing. You know how they were making their own? What if there was something within there that process? Because everybody would
introduce the lead.
And if you're drinking it daily,
yeah, a faulty pipe.
That's what I'm thinking. And then if you're giving it to the animals, the animals would get lead poisoning, so they would have had to die off. So then you're eating the lead poisoning that the animals had.
I don't. Is lead poisoning like passed on through us?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
I'm a doctor.
Oh no! Not another personality.
I'm so sad.
Doctor patients.
I'm so sad that these people died. It like makes me like.
You know they would have died anyway by now, right?
It's just so sad.
It is sad.
So,
it's so sad.
So that was Torrington's body.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about John Hartnell's body. So his body was they tried to exhume his body 3 different times. But they couldn't.
They couldn't find it, or they failed to extract him.
Hold on.
I'm holding. It's so hard.
Here he is.
What?
Pause.
Hold and Moss.
I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Why are you so funny?
I am trying to find my spot.
You're supposed to do that in private in the
I'm
bedroom.
actually kind of annoyed because now I can't find my spot. This is not you know what I mean.
It's fine. I like talking about your spot. My spot.
I hate it here.
I'm gonna draw a paw print. Nope, that's a butt.
Okay. Pecans? No, stop! It's not Jinx. It's never been Jinx.
That's funny because the first time I thought you were the one that messed up and it was me all along. I failed myself. What was I rating? Oh, a paw.
Back on topic. John's body was exhumed 3 different occasions. Occasions? The first one was conducted in 1852, and his grave was beneath 6 feet of gravel and permafrost, which is obviously, like, really hard to get through. The Royal Geographic Society described his body as perfectly preserved by the intense cold, exhibited no trace of scurvy or other oh my gosh. I just really mispronounced this word. Malignant disease. Thank you.
Malignant my balls.
Okay. But was oh my god. Words. Okay. I hate it here. But that of a person who had died of consumption.
Tuberculosis, you say.
So basically they just gave that basic topic to, like, press, okay? Just basic press. Sorry. But in a separate article that they sent, so news outlets couldn't get it, it says, I have my hand on the arm and face of poor Hartnell. He was decently clad in a cotton shirt, and through the dark preluded our... Whoa.
The protruded arse.
This is actually what he says. I think it's just because they talked weird back then. He was decently clad in a cotton shirt, and through the dark precluded our seeing. Still our touch detected that a wasting illness was the cause of dissolution. Whatever. Basically, there was an illness, not the cold killed him. He was reburied, although the doctor then, Inglefield, removed the metal nameplate as a souvenir from his coffin. I'm like, what? So fucking douchey. Yeah, there, I cursed.
Freaking rude.
So their coffins were made...
I would never rob your grave.
Because you'd be buried next to me.
Yeah, we're probably going down together.
The second attempt was conducted in 1984 by Dr. Beatty? I'm going to call him Beatty. But the permafrost prevented them from getting into it.
Every time you say permafrost, you're like, permafrost.
Permafrost.
Okay, Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay.
Permafrost there.
But they couldn't get it. They couldn't get into it that time. So they were like, oh, we'll come back at another time. So in 1986, they were able to get on in there. Mm-hmm. Oh, I just breathed really hard. It's okay. So this was even more remarkable due to John.
Remarkable.
I am not talking like that.
I just keep hearing a super southern accent.
The third and final attempt was conducted in 1986, and it was more remarkable. Stop! Now you're making me do it. I gotta get through this, Katie. I gotta get through it. It was even more remarkable due to John and Thomas. His great-grandnephew was serving as the team's forensic photographer. I think that's so special. His remains were exceptionally well preserved, and his body has sustained some damage from the 19th century attempt, but otherwise it was intact. He was found dressed in 3 layered shirts, including one that belonged to his brother, Thomas, which had TH 1844 embroidered in red thread.
Sad.
And he was wearing a wool watch cap. His head rested on a hand-sewn pillow stuffed with wood shavings, and a folded wool blanket was tucked under his body.
That is so freaking
sad. It is so sad. It's like really hard to like look at when we look at the pictures here in a minute, it's a little sad. Because like there was so much detail to them like being buried. So during that's why,
side note, that's why like Pompeii and things like that, I feel like even though I love death, I feel like I couldn't handle those because it's so intimate. Like in Pompeii, you could see exactly how people died, holding each other, what was by them. And this gives me those vibes. Like, it's just that moment frozen.
I actually have the original autopsy report for Torrington. And it's really neat because it's actually from back then.
I think I spelled Torrington different every single time I've written it.
A lot of it describes the... So this was in 1846 when he wrote this autopsy report. It actually talks about how, like, they cut him open and like
Oh.
looked inside. They had a Y incision made on the ribs. That was the standard autopsy fashion. And it talks about all the samples they took, yada yada. But in the grand scheme of things, he died from, not the cold. Sorry, I gotta get to my next part. So I'm gonna show Katie some pictures of the men, and I'm gonna just kind of have her look, and then we'll kind of come back and recap what we saw. You can find these pictures online. They're like on the internet. Just Google Northwest Passage. You'll find their dead bodies. This was actually on People's Magazine, which is crazy to like think that they like would showcase to the world. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me, type. You're welcome. I did it all for you. All right. So I'm getting to it. I'm opening so many tabs and they're the same ones, but I'm just getting hi, Katie. So, stop saying so, patience. All right. Future Katie, listen to us jibber jabber
Oh, my word.
while I show you these pictures.
Okay.
All right, so this is just for your sake. So these are this is how they knew that it was cannibalism. They found all these, like, cut marks on the bones.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Like, these are actual, like, pictures of them. There's, like, a cut mark and this is a vertebrae. And one of these, this is the pelvic bone.
That's so crazy.
It's so sad to think about that you had to revert to cannibalism. And the fact that
You looking mighty good over there.
The Inuit, the fact that they, like, saw them and they knew they were struggling, the fact that they wouldn't go help them is so crazy. But I bet in their tribes it's, like, forbidden to talk to the white men or whatever.
I don't know.
That's so sad.
Or maybe they were just scared because they had bad experiences with people of other colors, invading their territory.
Jeez. So
Stupid.
this is one of the bodies I think they found, but this is all the cut marks that they found on the body to, like, dissect it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why did I just sound like Jennifer Coolidge? Maybelline.
So those are the cut marks. Are you ready to see their bodies?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna hit you with it. So I'm gonna make a big screen. You're not gonna get scared?
No, I'm not gonna get scared.
This is
I'm
all
comfortable
three
around
of them.
corpses.
This is all three of them.
I've seen them before.
This is
oh my gosh. You just unlocked a memory. I completely forgot. I saw that picture when I was like 8 or 9, when I was in Caden's grade.
There are people that talk
I've seen this
online that
picture
back
before.
then when they saw it when they were kids, it like completely terrified them.
Yeah, it did terrify me. It creeped me out, and now the fact that they still exist and I forgot that they exist, that creeps me out
I
too.
love it. So this is Torrington, Hartnell, and William.
Torrington looks like he's dressed up like a Southern belle.
I know. That's what I thought too. I was like, what the heck? So that's them. I'm actually
What
gonna show
happened
you.
to my sexy man?
He died. Unfortunately.
His lips. He looks like he got bad fillers.
So this is him back
Oh my gosh, that's so creepy.
in 1980. So you can even see the like cut marks that they did. They left him open like that. Yeah.
Whoa.
Isn't that creepy? Look how his
Why
lips
does it
are
look
like
like his
frozen.
eyeballs are still there?
They are. One of them are. It's just frozen. It wouldn't. Your water is.
But his
mostly in your
eyeballs
eye.
would have survived all those years and all the decay?
Not all of them. See, like that one is like kind of missing.
Oh, it's so gross.
So that's what.
And then you
looks
made me
like.
think of brainy yellow goo.
But this is so sweet. Like look how
Grainy in the brain. Yellow goo.
Yeah.
And now we're doing this. It's great night, guys.
I think this is so sweet.
He looks like he's wearing pants on his head.
Like they just like covered him up. Like they just
Oh.
wanted to make him comfortable. Look, TH 1844.
Oh.
I thought that was so sweet. This, we're going to talk about John Torrington really quick. When they did his body first, like they took him out first. This was all you can see from the glass of the coffin.
Oh.
And instantly it's like, what? They would tie their hands down with cloth, like to keep them together in the thing, I'm guessing, but for some reason they tied him. I think it's because since he died on the ship first, they kind of just kept his body in one place and like how they normally tie up bodies. Not now, but okay.
Oh, like just to transport the body. Mm-hmm.
This was one of the other like first pictures as described of when first opening the coffin.
Ooh.
Isn't that creepy?
That's so creepy, especially since I'm so high. It makes it like, ooh, it makes me feel like if I watch a scary movie right now I'd be really...
So this is his whole coffin with obviously him in it.
He looks really tall. Doesn't he look tall?
There is a fourth headstone. I can't remember the research of who the fourth headstone is.
Headstones.
This is the first one.
He looks like a pirate.
Everyone said he looks the most dead. Like
the most.
You
mean the most like a corpse? You mean rather than preserved? Okay.
Yeah. So, those are our peeps.
That guy looks like he's gonna buy a haunted mansion.
So this is a picture of Sir John Franklin, Captain. This is him. So
nope. Sorry.
That kind of wraps up the whole topic.
Really?
I think that's most of it. I mean, like, Torrington had high levels. Like, his were 400s, where, like, the lowest was, like, 100 and, like, low hundreds. So, for some reason, Torrington had the most lead in his system.
Really?
It's so weird.
That doesn't explain why he would have such a high amount of exposure, unless he kept sneaking all the food from the cans.
Maybe. Shame.
Wait. We're professional detectives now. We can solve this mystery.
I really think that it had to deal with, like, some sort of, like, lead in the water. Something that they used often. But I don't know what would have spread. There's not, like, some lead disease, you know what I mean? Like, that they can pass around to each other.
I don't know. Maybe there's a disease that's a symptom of it. Like iron deficiency.
I just think about them, like, traipsing back to that outpost.
Look at you and your big words.
Okay.
Traipsing. I've never heard you traipsing around.
And, like, just thinking that they would have to kill each other. And then think about other people who would, like... Think about people who would go ahead because they're going crazy. We got to get out now. Mm-hmm. So, like, there's... Basically, I feel like all of them probably were running frantic around that island.
Yeah.
Not running, obviously, because it's freaking cold. But... And if you look at the island, there's nothing on it. Like, there weren't trees. It's just, like, a bare, like, wasteland. Which is so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like they could, like, shelter themselves from anything.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I like seeing their pictures.
We do need to talk, though, because...
All right. She forgot her thought. It's okay. That wraps up my story. That's the Northwest Passage of the Franklin expedition. I didn't think you'd know it. I'm kind of sad that you knew it, but I like seeing their mummy pictures. I think you should, like, if anyone has a chance, go and, like, look at them.
Yeah, I can't get over that you unlocked the memory. And then you also made me think of the Ernest Shackleton thing. So did you know about his expedition?
Mm-mm.
So he's a guy
I believe I saw something like that in the report that I was reading.
Creature report.
Creature report. Don't sue us.
Yeah, Ernest Shackleton did exploration, like below South Africa, down in South Antarctica.
Down in the yonder.
And yes, the Chattahoochee. So, anyways, all his crew.
Sorry.
It was like this big deal because his crew, he like let everyone live. Like they got stuck in the ice, and then were there for a really long time, and they couldn't get their boat out. And he got his whole crew back eventually, and like I think everyone only like maybe one man died out of the whole crew. Like it was this. It's fine. Just roll right over me. It's fine.
I read in the report or like in some of the articles that it was weird that so many people died. That's the other mystery about it. Why did everybody die? Because in other explorations, only like 3 people would die during the journey. And because they said something about like, why wouldn't they be more prepared if they got stuck on the ice?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's just so much like mystery around it. I think maybe like when you're like that cold, but like your body can kind of survive, like maybe you go into like some sort of hysteria. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm trying to, like, you know what I'm assessing right now? being on the ship and then watching the crew people chip away at the ice and then having it be so cold that as they chip it away, it just almost like immediately slows and stops moving and hardens into solid ice. Like desperately trying to physically move the ice. Like I'm picturing it really hardcore. It's so weird.
Yeah, that was my topic. I feel
Watching
bad.
Titanic, that would be an ISS freaking mind screw.
I wouldn't want to picture I'm drowning.
Can I just say you did so good with that topic?
I feel like I didn't. I'm really sad that you knew it.
I didn't know it. Although the pictures, I can't get over that you pulled pictures out that, like, I can't believe those weren't just a fever dream of my childhood.
So they ended up burying them, like, they're still buried there today. And then with the most recent, like, global warming, they're... So apparently there's actually tons of graves in the Arctic Circle like that.
Wow.
And with global warming, they're starting to thaw out.
Just gonna slide down the ice hill.
And I'm like, that's crazy to think about.
Well, I think...
I wonder how many bodies are in the Arctic Circle. Like, if there is, like, a, for sure, like, estimated amount.
I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
I had a really high thought.
Oh, gosh.
What if there were, like, mini black holes in the Arctic? Or what if there was, like, a Bermuda Triangle, but it's, like, an Arctic version?
There probably is one.
Pervert.
There has to be.
I don't know. A Bermuda Triangle that's in the Arctic. Look it up. Use your Katy. You're welcome.
So we're going to do a level check.
I can tell I'm higher than Patience by 2, at least.
I'm still probably at a 3 or 4. I don't feel
I think it's going to change when you get up and you start moving. I think your energy's needing...
This has been happening a lot recently, where I think I'm going to have to suggest that we each take our own halves of gummies, and I think I'm going to have to do more than a 15. I think I'm going to have to start off with like a 20, 25. So I think I'm going to have to. I'm really sad that it doesn't kick in during this part because it's like the most
I'm impressed
crucial.
that mine kicked in so hard, considering that...
You took a smaller dose?
No, I meant like that I'm on the medicine. Oh. I thought that was going to have an effect, and it didn't really affect... I think it hit about the normal time for me.
So
this is a great point for our snack break, I think. All right? You gave your official level. I gave my official level.
We'll be back to wrap it up. I think we're going to just do like a few games afterwards.
Yeah.
And then we'll end with that. All right, level check. I don't know, maybe like a 7, 6, 7. I do believe eventually I will peak. I just don't think it's going to be here with you guys. So sad. Katy has like gone past 10. I think
nice.
She's
gonna more snacks. I was sad that the snack time ended. I cried for a while.
Oh my God.
I'm slurring so bad.
So we're gonna review our snacks.
Okay, first snack. What did I even have first when I went in there? The beignets.
They're Olive Garden's warm donuts, but they look exactly like beignets. 10 out of 10. Mm-hmm. For me, it's
It's a Cinnabon opponent.
Where I can't just go to Olive Garden and get beignets and then go to Pump and Pay to get the Cinnabon. It's so like drastically different places.
This is important. It's a sacred ritual.
So I guess we're gonna have to do that. But I really like the beignets. The pretzels were like a good second. Mm-hmm. That's all we had for. Oh, and then the watermelon, very juicy.
Very juicy.
High on the scale.
High, but I wish it were sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet
But to be fair, the watermelon was after the Italian donuts, so the sugar to sugar ratio wasn't very fair there.
That is true.
I feel like we're sports commentators on like
on food.
Yeah.
What's a random thought you had this week?
I have it written in my phone because past me knows how stupid future me is. I was in the middle of showing you the bus drink thing, and I did not want to forget about that, so I will tell you about that later. Oh, I was like, what? Okay. I was just pulling up my notes. I remember for sure. My random thought.
Random thought.
Nope.
Burp,
That's
burp,
the- oh,
burp,
yeah.
burp.
All right. How much testosterone do you think women absorb in their coochies from men's ejaculate? And does it make you more horny if you have sex more? Because it's just like jizz, 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 level up, level up, level up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if it just is why people get more and more addicted to sex? Is because the men ejaculate the women with all the testosterone, and it's a never-ending circle of horniness. And that was my random high thought of the week.
Not a thought Yeah, not what I was thinking.
It's
Crazy thought.
Scientific medical thought.
Who in their normal sober mind? I don't think I could ever think that in my normal sober mind.
I'm excited for our...
I want to know, like, when you thought of it. Were you at work when you thought of it?
That is so random.
Why? I don't know. Katie, that's such a random thought you had, but where were you when you had that thought?
No clue. Long time ago, though.
That was a long time ago that you thought about that question?
Mm-hmm.
You have... This is where our personalities are very different. I think about what it'd be like to be a penguin. And you're like, oh, what if this happens? And da-da-da-da. We're two different people.
You know
drifted
what?
apart on an iceberg.
I'm excited for the... Let's do a couple more movie quotes.
Okay.
And then I'm excited for this next portion.
I gotta tell a story.
Oh.
A quote that we normally do is, "You wanna buy a sundial?" And funny enough, there's a guy that came into my work, and he hands me a business card, and he goes, "Wanna buy a clock?" It's so funny because it's on the sundial. I had to come straight home and tell Katie. I was like, and he kind of looks weird, like kind of crazy, like the guy who's selling a sundial. Like, it's just like, if you only saw him in that moment, I think he would have died. It was so great. Shout out to
If we worked together at that place, we would have had a meltdown.
And it makes me... Do you ever get sad when there's certain moments that you know we'd enjoy together, but we, like... You're like, dang, I wish Katie was here.
That's how you know we're soulmates.
Like...
Twin flames.
There's so many times where I'm like, Katie would have appreciated that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Aww.
those little moments, I'm like, dang it.
Hard.
I'm
That's
like,
how you
why
know you
can't
love me.
we just make our own company? We work together.
Okay, so I have an ISS situation. Mm-hmm. I know I'm higher than you, but I have to just tell you it. It was us sitting in, working together in a job as secretaries, like us in a cute little office, being secretaries with our,
Oh.
and we work in the same place.
If my job hires for a second person, you can come
Oh.
work with me.
We would make that office so fun.
It'd be so pretty.
Mm-hmm. Great. That's fun to imagine. I like that.
My TikTok currently is all like
My hair was selecting pasting things.
my TikTok feed is full of like cute like office decor. Mm-hmm. It's so cute, and I'm like, I want this. I want this.
I love it so much.
It's just so great because like just to make something yours. I do have a lot of people that touch stuff on my desk with like ticks me off. I'm like, it's mine for a reason.
I would love my own office so much. That's kind of one of the reasons I want to become a writer.
And we want our own apartment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we want our own studio. A studio apartment.
Someday we will make that a she shed. You go, girls, dream.
Really successful. Yeah.
Sorry, long rant there, but continue.
You keep patting your nose, and I can't tell what you're trying to tell me.
No,
oh, I thought you were trying to tell me I was getting nasally. I was like... All right. So the next thing, the movie quotes game. Are you ready?
This is gonna be really hard for me. Are you looking them up or thinking them off the top of your head?
Off the cuff. Off the cuff.
Off the cuff. Off the shoulder.
Off the cuff. Get off. All right. I said all right.
I'm scared that I'm not gonna remember any. It's really hard for me to think.
All right. I'll just spit one at you, and if you don't recognize it, that's okay. All right. A dream is a wish your heart makes.
Cinderella.
Boom. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Just think of a movie and then just say the first line that comes to your brain.
But it's really hard for me to think of a movie. And then, like,
Any movie.
first thing that they say.
First movie that pops in your head.
It's so hard for me.
Mulan. Oh, it could be a challenge. It could be a reverse challenge where you say a movie and the other person has to say a quote from the movie. Maybe this will be easier.
Line? What's the difference? Oh my gosh, you are gonna laugh. Your headphones are on and somebody's watching something. Or maybe it's Tipper. I keep hearing this really loud noise over here and I'm like...
You just made me paranoid that computer was recording this whole time. And I was like, what?
No. I just heard this... maybe it was Tipper. Tipper!
All right, reverse movie quotes game.
Quotes or lines?
Save that as a second game, Katie, in the file of our games encyclopedia that we are going to publish one day.
Why are you... Oh, I was like, why are you winking at me?
I was twitching my left eye. It'll be genius. Don't worry.
I bet it will be.
The game.
Someday.
The game's book. I want to publish.
Publish. Writer. Boom. Full circle.
The ring lights full circle. And I just looked at it.
Oh, you're not supposed to.
All right. Movie line. Reverse movie line. Anastasia. You only said that once. Okay.
I actually just watched a new TikTok clip. I can tell you what they're doing. I remember a scene from the movie because TikTok just showed me like the other day.
Oh, okay.
It's when the grandmother walks in and she's like talking about her childhood and she's like, there's been thousands of Anastasias. All of them are horrible.
She's like,
and she's like, but yours was so far the best. And then they like go to sit down and they like start talking about her necklace that she's had since she was a kid. Da da da.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw it, it even was so pretty because the shimmer that they have in that movie is so pretty.
The animation in that, spot on. It might as well have been a Disney movie. It was honestly superior to most Disney movies. Beautiful movie, Anastasia.
Really good.
Oh yeah, and then the music. Although, wait, is Once Upon a December an actual folk song, or was that made for the movie? Is this a really stupid question?
Previously on Gummy Buddies.
Once Upon a December, movie created, or an actual song that existed before the movie?
Such a good movie.
Sad that I don't know. It feels like a time. Like I want to lean towards it existed and they just did it. Like I think it had to have been a real song. It's just too good.
Yeah.
Feels like it's got to be original. All right. Now you give me one.
Any movie?
Any movie.
Oh, what's a movie that you've seen? What's a movie? Think of a movie. You just...
I did that on
Oh.
purpose. Christmas. Wait, new thing I've got to look up. Is being cross-eyed a form of strabismus? We're gonna become full doctored ophthalmologists by the time we're done here.
I want your best office quote.
That's what she said. What? I thought of one.
Bears beats
Battlestar Galactica.
I miss The Office. I've never finished it.
Me either. You might be where I was at when I stopped. I feel good. Okay. Let's move on from that to the hum.
Oh, we did one in the kitchen. It was really hard for me. I had to have Katy do it like 3 times.
That sounds really dirty. Let's move on to the hum. Katy did it for me in the kitchen.
Okay.
It was really hard.
Not that.
Okay, now I'm a monkey. Hum. Go first, please. No, not
hum.
Over where?
Over there. Oh, wait, no. Katy, that's a Golden Girls episode.
Really?
Yes, Rose was like, she's like, I like to sing when I'm nervous. And she's like, something over there. Over
Really?
there. Yeah, and they like keep saying over there. Please move away from me over there. It's like something really funny.
It's crazy.
That's what I thought you were just referencing. I was like, oh.
Nope, didn't know that.
I'm so into the Golden Girls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so into it.
So,
I really want... Can I tell you my one prediction? I really want Rose to, like, be with Miles forever. They're such a cute couple. Picture this. Cicely, 1912.
Okay.
Oh, we were humming songs.
Yes.
Something.
All right, I'll just give you one. I'll give it to you. I'll give you the hum. No. We'll probably can't. Oh, yeah. Why am I being...
I don't know.
Okay.
You were gonna hum.
No. All right. No, all I can think of is Golden Girls. Okay.
Kiss the girl.
Yes. Jeez, very good. Yes, you don't sue us.
I had to think.
That was too
You were like
similar
really
to the original.
quiet with your first hum, and I was like,
sorry.
I was like,
I had to work my way into it. You know, I had to ease.
ease into it,
Yeah.
into it.
All right. You give me
into it.
Inuit. Co-Inuit.
A nuke. The news.
What?
The tribe from my story. The Inuits.
Yeah, Inuit.
Oh, I think you're calling someone an idiot. Oh, did I hear you right? I thought that's what you're talking about.
You made me a squeaky wheel.
You made me ink.
We just went full Muppets. I told you I can ISS it. Oh my god, I thought that was Chimpanzee the Griminy. I thought I got the Grudge Girl coming up.
Whoa. I have a really good thought. Are you ready?
You're not a villain.
Would you rather live on Sesame Street or be in a world with Muppets?
Whoa. Wait, you could, I mean, Sesame Street is in a world with Muppets, so. You just rolled your eyes harder than I've ever seen you roll your eyes in your life.
Woman!
You were like,
they're different, okay? Our Muppets...
oh. There's aliens among us. All right, you give me a humdinger.
Paw Patrol. Mayor Humdinger.
No. The song.
I know, but I was just saying... That's the only songs we know. Like, we have to do our kids' songs that they watch on TV.
Beignets on the titties.
I can't. I'm so glad you're recording. Finally, an embarrassing moment for Katy.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm proud. I have powdered sugar on my titties and I'm proud.
Someone make that my ringtone.
My license plate.
I really want it so, like, every time you text me, it just says,
It
just says that, oh, future patients, remember that for later.
All right. Now, give me a real one.
Oh, my song thing.
I think he needs to go outside and I keep on forgetting. Ready?
Okay, no, hold on. I still haven't thought of a movie. Well, it's because you keep talking to me. What? Is there a bug? Oh, you're not gonna talk to me? Good. Yeah, don't laugh either, sucker. Movie. Focus, patience. Gosh, darn. I'm gonna punch you, Katy Muckerman. A movie. Man, I could take all day. All night. A movie. I don't know movies. I will think of it. Shut up. Oh. What's a good movie that I know a song to for you to get or for you to hum? That I'll know it.
Literally any movie in the world. At this point, I'll take any movie in the world, Bob, for 100.
Aladdin.
Yeah. Pretty impressed with my swift brain. Watch, that was like a 10-minute gap, and I just thought it was really funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me and Katie are
so-
gonna ride this high out, and we're gonna go record a few videos because we're at a good stopping point for us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, sure.
the Easter contest, it's gonna.
Oh yeah, our Easter
It's-
contest.
It's done the night before Easter.
So anytime now until the night before Easter, submit your favorite Gummy Buddies quote on any of our social English.
Waka waka.
On any of our social medias at Gummy Buddies Podcast, Gmail, TikTok, and Instagram. Shoot us a message. We're also on the Patreon for $3 a month. So that's how you can support us. Drop us a follow on any of those. And drop us a follow on any of those. I know how to use syllables. So thank you so much for listening to us.
We hope you have a great turnover. That was a good one. Turnover. Like a turnover. Like a food turnover, because we're going to go eat after this. It's okay. How to get you there.
Maybe that'll make more sense to me later. I don't know. Thank you for being our Gummy Buddies.
I still forget that I want to say gummy buddy.
Did you notice that I capitalized it and I underlined that?
No.
You keep forgetting to
Summon! It's my
I just-
disability.
I don't know how to do plurals.
All right,
It's a real thing.
It is real. Real in my heart. All right, let's go record these episodes. Don't forget your water. Stop it. Save it.
Stop it, bop it, twist
Lick
it,
flick
pull it.
do it.
Whoa. We're going two different directions.
All right, you got that?
Patience. We all knew you were the biggest slut all along.
I'm not Blanche Devereaux.